everyone. Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Webster Tarpley here in Washington, D.C. We have a national emergency. We have a state of war. We have the state of siege. We're under siege by Wall Street hedge fund hyenas and Wall Street zombie bankers. The 911 service has collapsed in Oakland, California, and in Philadelphia. You're going to have a game of Russian roulette if there's a firehouse left open near your house. This is unacceptable, un-American, traitorous, subversive. This is execrable. This must stop. State of emergency. 1% Tobin tax on all Wall Street transactions. Pay it largely to the states, or you can do it 60-40 or 50-50, or you can haggle about that part. But Wall Street must pay. Who should pay? Wall Street should pay. Who caused the crisis? Wall Street. Let them pay. World depression is an expensive proposition. The people who brought it on have to pay for it. So we need a 1% Tobin tax. And, of course, the other thing is, if you say, well, if these states default, really the last time we had this was under Andrew Jackson. Great old Andrew Jackson, and, of course, then into Van Buren. The Panic of 1837 brought on by Andrew Jackson's subversive, stupid, U.S. bank policies, anti-Hamiltonian, anti-Henry Clay, anti-everybody good. And the fruits were the Panic of 1837, the worst financial crash in U.S. history up to that point. The reason was that once you removed the Bank of the United States, there was no wall of defense between the United States and the London market. And once you were exposed to the full fury of the London financial market, naturally the British financiers did everything they could to dump an existing financial panic that started with them, dump that into the United States. So the British were able to export their depression, beggar their U.S. neighbor at the time, and we had about 6, 8, 10 American states that went bankrupt. So they've still survived. Those states are all still here. Civilization flourished at various times, as under the late New Deal, in particular in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. But now we are back to the land of laissez-faire and free trade and free markets. Too bad if you died. Free market, free country. Take your pick. So, unfortunately, they picked free market, and the free country is now going down the tubes. So we need full freedom of the states. We need an emergency law. Well, every state can do it on their own. Stop paying the bondholders. Stop paying Chase Manhattan. Stop paying Goldman Sachs. Stop paying them. And as for Fitch, Moody's, and Standard & Poor's, they should be in jail. Indict them. They shouldn't be judging other people. They should be trembling in the prisoner's dock for their crimes. All those state pension funds that got wrecked, all those retirements, college educations, vacation plans, and so forth, the serenity of people's lives destroyed by these bankers. Let them pay. Make the Wall Street criminals pay. So we don't have a president, though. Obama says no more bailouts, and it's clear what he means. He means he's not going to give money to the states. What is he going to do? Civilization descends into chaos. A huge backlash develops. Republican demagogues and even fascist demagogues, Republican shading over into right-wing fascist demagogues come on the scene with the applause of the Tea Party, naturally, because they'll all be talking budget restraint and all that, and dump the unions, no more welfare, no more unemployment benefits, no more food stamps, no more Social Security, no more Medicare. And you'll see, look at Germany, 1931, 32, 33. That's what you're going to start seeing. So here's where we need some action. Bailouts refer to bankers. You can only bail out financial institutions, financiers who have gone bankrupt. Obama is supposed to be president of the United States of America, not the president of the United Banks of America. The task of defending the existence of states and cities from financial attack, and they are being attacked with credit default swaps and other tools, that's the task of the president. That's one of the inherent powers. It's implied and it's inherent. It's one of the attributes of a sovereign state to defend your territory against the collapse of civilization and the normal conduct of people's everyday affairs and the process of production among them prominently. Bailouts refer to bankers and exclusively to bankers. Even under Nixon, we had revenue sharing. Fine, we don't have enough revenue. I know where to get it. Wall Street, Tobin tax, 1%, Wall Street sales tax on all of those flash trades. We're now told that we have methods that can be used for high-frequency trading, 1 million trades per second. Something like 60 to 70%, two-thirds of all the turnover in Wall Street is now high-frequency trading. In the old days, we used to have buy and hold. Buy and hold today, 10 seconds, the average buy and hold. So if your broker tells you, you stay faithful to buy and hold, and you do well in the long run. Well, buy and hold for them now means hold it for 10 seconds, then unload it, and try to rack up some wretched profit through arbitrage and other tricks. So this is the situation. And again, the problem is you don't have a president. The White House is vacant. We have a tenant of the White House. He's the squatter in the White House, and no leadership of any kind, all negative. In fact, the leadership that there is all negative, destructive, feckless, treacherous, and he's gearing up to flay you alive in November, December with that ominous lame duck session. Couple of things. The Wall Street Journal found something to celebrate in Barack Obama, and that is there's a bill in the Congress to provide $15 or $20 billion to preserve about 300,000 jobs in teaching. And naturally, if you don't have an educated workforce, you are ethnographic material. The Chinese anthropologists will come to study you and your strange, quaint beliefs in free markets and laissez-faire and the rest of this stuff. Completely antithetical to the American tradition. Austrian, meaning foreign, meaning a failure. Take a look at Austria in large parts of its history. No big economic success story apart from the dirigism of Friedrich List. But Obama has this plan, right? One of his main purposes is to bust the public employees' unions, especially the teachers' union. Busting the teachers' union in his family business. That was the business of the Ford Foundation. That's where Obama's mother worked. Stanley Ann Dunham worked in the Ford Foundation. One of their main projects was busting teachers' unions, as in the infamous New York City teachers' strike of 1968. So Obama says, if you tamper with my union-busting Race to the Top program, I'll veto any money to keep teachers teaching. So union-busting trumps maintaining the education system. Back in a minute.